Hi everyone. Today I thought I would react to a video that was published almost 13 years ago by Ed Bassmaster. Now back in the day, Ed's channel was kind of similar to my Canadian Studmuffin channel. It was, it did okay for views, but I think it was this video that really took off. It's got over 42 million views. And he's never looked back. And so, yeah, he is hilarious. And what I remember about this particular video is, back then he wasn't, as like I said, as well known. And I would write to him sometimes and we'd write back and forth. And he was telling me for this, because I wrote to him and whatever I said, funny video, one of your best. And he thanked me and he said at one point in this video, he almost broke character and started to laugh, And I'll try and find the spot. But anyway, and he's done a few more of these, maybe 4 or 5. But this was the first one. And he's just playing a very annoying character. And this guy who's trying to sell his car, it's just a great contrast because, he's trying to act like Ed's trying to act like this really weird character, but this other guy isn't really he just wants to sell his car. So here we go.
Oh, look at this. What are you wiping the windows?
Yeah.
Oh. Look at that. That's nice and shiny.
Well, it's a 78.
Yeah, it's looking good. Looks really good.
Yeah, it's got original paint, too. And
yeah.
People that owned this thing before me must have put the thing away in its Long Island, New York garage every day of its life.
Oh, go figure. Look at this. Oh, look at this.
Got it for $700. It's real clean. You can work on it. The things are not packed real close together. There's still a lot of room to work on it. So with that consideration, I'll...
See, and Ed's acting so weird, right? But this guy is just not even really taking notice of it.
You still do it.
Park that $700.
Look at this. Look at that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, look at this. When I see a car like this, first thing I do is I say, would you look at this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, would you look at this?
Yeah, well...
Would you look at that?
Yeah, there's a few more blemishes on the car.
Oh my gosh, just look at it.
The car is not perfect.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah. His laugh.
Just look at it.
Yeah, well...
What the heck is that? Oh, look at this. You got me running all around the car.
Yeah, the only...
Oh, would you look at that?
Put that
just
on.
Look at that.
I can't pull it out either. I'd have to drill it.
Would you just look at it?
Yeah, it's sad. It's the only mark
I mean,
on the
just
car.
look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, just get a look at that.
A cop did that.
A cop? Oh, where is he? I'd like to look at him.
Yeah, I went over and tried to fight it.
Yeah.
They told me we're not required to post warnings here in New Jersey.
And he's just, I don't know, he's just not paying attention to Ed's weird character. He just wants to sell his car. And, I've seen this through the years, a dozen times or more. So, I'm so used to it. I'm probably, I'm not laughing like I did back in the day, but I still think it's one of the funniest videos on YouTube.
Oh, would you look at that? Listen, I got pulled over in Jersey twice for not wearing a seatbelt in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
In the passenger seat.
Really?
And got a $40 ticket.
Yeah,
I said, would you look at this? Would you look at this? Would you look at it? I was so mad.
It's like they're having they're not listening to each other, right? They're just having two separate conversations.
Look at this. Would you look at it? I was so mad.
Basically, they got to earn their money the old-fashioned way.
Whenever a cop writes you out a ticket, the first thing you do is you take the ticket and you say, would you look at this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, if I'd have done that, the cop did it and I wasn't there that night.
Yeah, you should have said, look at this, and that would have probably got you off if you told him to look at it.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I went over there.
Yeah. I don't know, it's somewhere around here. I forget the exact point where, like Ed told me he almost laughed out loud, but he's holding it in.
First
this,
time
yo,
to
look
fight
at this.
it,
Yeah, you gotta look at it.
and
Yeah,
the cop
look at
wasn't
this. Yeah,
there.
right, because he had to look at it first.
He didn't show up.
Yeah,
because
he had to look at it. Because he had to look at this.
You know what the judge did?
He probably told you to look at it.
Postponed
Oh,
the
son of
case.
a! He probably had to look at it and say, "Look at this."
And I asked him the
Yeah.
second time I went.
And then he,
See,
yeah.
I figured I was just going to get off.
And then he
until
said,
the
"Look
judge
at it,"
told
right?
me.
And he said,
I
"Look at this."
And I asked the cop, "Where
Yeah.
were you the last time?" He said,
The last time he
"I
said, "Look
wrote-
at this."
My guess is
He probably did that.
he
Oh, would you
didn't
look
do
at this?
he
Oh, would
did
you
it
look
with
at that?
the door of his
Ooh,
ride
look
or
at that. What an
whatever the
idiot.
case
Would you look at
was.
this? Oh,
The
look at
next
that.
day I go
Look at
out,
that. Look at that.
Look at his pants, his shoes. And what's really good, it's a short, if this had gone on for like 10 minutes, then it wouldn't have been as funny. But it's under 3 minutes. And so I'm sure there's people that don't find this funny, of course, right? But people do with 42 million views.
I'd have to drill it out. I've tried getting under here.
Oh, would you look at that? You got
Pulled my
under?
wheel-
Yeah,
pulled
look
my
at that.
wheel off,
Look
tried
at
to
that.
get from behind
Look at
it.
that.
I think it was here. I'm pretty sure it was right here where he said he almost lost it.
And you can't do it.
Oh, look at this. Look at that.
Yeah,
look at
see,
this.
And if you tell that to the cops,
Look at that.
they're not going to give you any
Oh,
consideration.
look at this. You got to look at it this way, okay? You just got to look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
Yeah, I looked at it as right, and I see,
He finally looked at it. Yeah, so Ed Bassmaster, he's been around as long as I have. He's got different characters. Pish. He goes up to people. He's not impressed with anybody. And he does stand-up comedy with all of these different characters. I should be his manager. And then I think my favorite character, well, Pish is pretty good. But I really like Mumbles too. Mumbles is a guy that you can't understand. He mumbles. And what I also love about Ed Bassmaster is he doesn't plan it. Well, he plans the premise, but he's ad-libbing everything he says. So I hope you check out Ed Bassmaster. I'll have a link for his channel below. And then he's got another character, Hacker, who's always smoking and coughing when he's smoking. And Skippy is another character that's... But he's so good at characters because he really makes them, separate from each of the characters completely. Like that doesn't look like the look at it guy at all, or even sound like him at all. So, yeah. Ed Bassmaster. Check him out today. Bye.